too much internet.
Hey guys, welcome to our episode of the TMI podcast with my co-hosts Eddin and Hector. What's the 411, guys?
I never say that. Ever.
This is the second time we've done that.
Ever. Ever.
I think the first time she had to not had to. I guess you had to. The first time you had to do the intro. With that you were like, "What's the 411, guys?" And Eddin said the same thing. I never say 411. So yeah, continue.
You want a fucking cookie, Hector? You want a cookie for recognizing that? Here's your fucking cookie. You're welcome. Enjoy that cookie, Hector. There's your cookie of recognition for realizing I've said this before. What? I can't hear you chewing. Not that we want to hear you chewing. But yeah. So is that what I sound like to you, Karina?
Mm-hmm.
That's what I sound like to you?
Mm-hmm.
I sound like a pretentious douchebag.
Always.
That's what I sound like to you? I sound like so high-pitched and noisy. That's what I sound like to you? I sound like, oh, what's the 411 guy? That's what I sound like to you? Oh, you think I just go every day living my life with such a high-pitched voice? That's right, Hector. Drop that fucking cookie. You think I live my life every fucking day going, hi, guys. How you doing? Hey, guys. How is everything? Yeah, guys. That's me?
Yeah.
You're right. Guys, welcome to another episode of the Too Much Internet Podcast. I appreciate you being here. What episode are we on, Hector? Hector, this is the one job you have. You have to find out what's the episode we're on.
Is it really?
Yeah, because you want to correct me every time I'm wrong. So you know what? We've designated you as episode counter. Congratulations, everybody. Hector got promoted. Yeah, episode counter.
What was this before?
Dick sucker. Yeah. So now you're expert dick sucker. There you go. See? Hector asked me to suck his dick earlier. I happily declined.
That's cute.
Happily declined.
You're cute.
You're cute. You're cute.
No, you're cute.
You're cute.
I'll suck your dick.
Oh, okay. Wow. See, I feel like guys sometimes we do like the gay thing, like we will like be like very attracted to each other, like jokingly.
Speak for yourself.
Okay, so not jokingly for Hector, and then one of us just goes too far, but I don't think Hector and I just gone too far. Have we ever gone too far about it? No. I think I pretended like I was about to kiss you just to see how like homophobic you were gonna get.
I'll take it.
No, you pull away. You pull away. What do you mean?
And then, no, I would pull away. I 100%
Both of you pull away.
No, I 100% pull away. I'll joke around. I'll be like, man, close.
I'll take it.
And then Hector is just like, oh. And I'm like, nope. No.
I think I would take it.
I don't think you would take it.
I think Hector sees it in slow motion. He's like, I've been waiting for this all my life.
Yes, Eddin, please.
Oh, Lord.
Bless me with your lips.
$5 if you get that song right. Bless you with my lips.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
That's probably the biggest compliment I've gotten in 2020 for someone to actually.
Only compliment I've gotten in 2020.
So the only compliment I've gotten in 2020?
That's the only compliment I've gotten in 2020.
You or me?
You,
nigga.
Oh, no. I've gotten more compliments than that. See, it's not funny because, wow, Eddin, nice cock. I was like, thanks.
Told you that one.
I told myself that, okay? I stood in front of the mirror. I stood in front of the mirror, and then I took my dick out like this. It was like, ooh. And then I was like, Eddin, nice cock. And then my mirror Eddin, sorry. Have you ever talked to yourself in the mirror?
I talk to myself regardless of a mirror.
Mentally I'll talk to myself, but
no, not mentally.
I give myself a pep talk.
Yeah, have you ever done that?
Or a pep talk is what it's called? No.
Pep talk. It's a pep talk.
Pep talk.
No.
Pep talk.
No.
I can't take myself seriously when I do that.
I can't take you seriously when you talk to me either.
What was that?
I can't take you seriously when you talk to me either.
So funny.
Funny. Nah, like I'll take myself much more seriously when I'm like thinking to myself like, man, I'll process things much better.
Have you guys ever been somewhere publicly and then like you're thinking really strongly and you're just staring at something, but then eventually someone comes into that space and you're so deep in thought, and then the person just goes like that?
My coworker does that. No, I don't do that.
How fucking dare they? How dare you interrupt them? Do you interrupt them?
Oh yeah, I'm like, come back.
Why? No, let them be.
No, because they're not.
Let them wander.
No, it's because they're daydreaming and they're. I gotta let them come back because they're at work. They're wasting time.
I don't care.
What if that's what made them?
That's the best time to do that at work.
Right.
No, because she's on her break, so she's not wasting her time like daydreaming.
Even better.
You spend
She's
time
not
Exactly.
wasting company. So you're
Either
upset
eat
that someone's being
food,
better about
either
company
eat
time.
food or spend time with me.
A break doesn't mean they have to eat, Hector. That's just you.
It's a lunch break.
It's just better for you to break during lunch and then lunch during break. In retail, don't you get like 2 15s and a half an hour?
Depends on how many hours you work, but you get 2 10s.
2 10s. Wow, they went down to 10. Wow, really fucking this up.
Was
Huh?
it 15 before? It's
When I did banana, it was 15.
well, with ours they do 2 10s in an hour.
Oh,
But-
you get 2 10s in an hour? Nah, hold up. I'd rather be Zara. Son, they would give me 45 minutes for lunch, bruh.
25. That's
45.
crazy.
45 minutes for lunch. Nah, that's not. Do you guys think that's
it
enough
also
time?
depends on the hours that you're working. Because like before like pre-corona, like you would get scheduled differently. Because now I'm getting scheduled like you're working like 8-hour shifts. But before, if you're working like 6 or 5, or like depending on what you're working, you'll get like 15-minute like paid 15-minute paid breaks, and then like probably like a 30-minute lunch.
Okay.
Stuff like that.
I think if it was like the short shift versus the long shift you would get like 2 15s and a 45, but then if it was the short shift you'd get probably 2 10s and a 30, which
That's
is like
crazy.
which I guess it's fair. Like you might, first of all, I was fucking up. I should have brought in lunch more often than I should have been buying lunch.
Yeah,
That's where I was fucking
you
up.
waste most of the time is when you're going.
You waste basically half of your lunch break
getting it.
in getting the lunch. And it was in Soho. So it's like you're there at least waiting for 15 minutes for your lunch, no matter where you go, especially if it was during lunchtime. Oh, yeah, you're wasting your time there. But I mean,
where do you used to go for lunch?
Around there? Not gonna lie. I don't know.
Is the halal spot?
A couple of times I hit halal. I hit the halal cart. One time I hit the halal cart at the worst time, and it was the worst lunch break I've ever taken in retail. And it reminds me, wow, I'll never go back into retail. It was when I was working Banana. Shout out to Banana, because Banana Republic was actually a pretty decent retail spot for my experience. And in Banana, I was leaving the week afterwards, right? I was leaving Banana Republic the week after, and then they were like, "Hey, so we know you're leaving, so we scheduled you for an overnight." I said, "What the fuck are you talking about? I don't want to be. This is the part of the fruit I don't want to be part of, right?" And so they were like, "All right, yeah. So we scheduled you for an overnight. Gotcha, right?" And so what you had to do was help with restock. Karina, do you know what restock is?
I've never worked retail.
Educate her.
So for the people who've never worked retail, restock is basically what happens is when a new season of clothes comes in, you have to, like, first of all, bring in the stock and like bring in all the clothes and etc. Organize it properly downstairs for the stock people. So then whenever we start issuing out the new line, you get to, they know where to place it, blah, blah, blah. And then the people, what's that thing called, Hector, that you remind me about? The people who do the
commercials,
the mannequins. Is it commercial?
Mm-hmm.
So then they also organize stuff too, etc. But basically anybody who staff, including stock and not brand ambassadors, sales associates, they have to go
brand
in.
Ambassadors.
Yeah, no, there's brand ambassadors.
No, sorry.
And so you have to go in and help stock the shit, get the shit from upstairs in the boxes, bring it down, etc. But it's an overnight thing, and your shift ends at like 4:00.
That's crazy.
And this is before my DJ days.
They work early in the morning. There's no overnight.
So what's early in the morning?
Like 5, 6.
I high key.
They work fast, bro. They work fast.
I would have preferred that over than you make me work
overnight.
Like you make me come in at 10 o'clock after I had a full day and then work overnight till like 5. Like that sucks.
Yeah.
Like it's too much. And I remember I forgot to tell them. Oh, that's such my fault. I forgot to tell them like, hey, I didn't get my lunch break. And they're like, next time you should have told us. I'm like, okay, my bad. Right. So I mean, here I am telling you, but fuck me. Right. So I was like, all right, let me grab the quickest thing. You know how Soho, y'all both know what Soho looks like at night. Most of the stores are closed.
Yes.
Food around that block isn't really much because it's usually trucks. The trucks are not there. But you know what was there? My man doing the halal plates, right? I go there. He goes, yo, do you want chicken or lamb? I was like, give me both, right? I'm doing this overnight. I need to treat myself a little bit. I do both. It's not double meat. It's like one portion of meat, just half chicken and half lamb. So
it's not fat ass choice.
Watch yourself. Anyways,
you wreck yourself.
Yeah, right. Before you wreck yourself with more halal food, or milk. So
dairy.
She's allergic to dairy. So loser. Go eat some ice cream.
Actually, I will.
So. I get the plate. I was like, let me get spicy rice. He's like, you sure you're working overnight? I was like, mind your fucking business. He gave me the spicy rice, right? He's like, what sauce do you want? I was like, yo, let me get bibiku. Let me get extra white and let me get a little bit of hot. Right?
Bibi who?
Bibiku.
Bibi what?
You guys, how do you guys pronounce it? Is it not bibiku?
What are you talking about?
You did this on purpose?
Bruh, you get white sauce, you get a little hot sauce, and then you get bibiku.
Oh,
okay.
What do you want? What are you talking about?
I know what he means.
Barbecue?
Yes.
What's barbecue?
Barbecue.
No, it's not pronounced barbecue. It's called barbecue.
Barbecue.
Guys, when you get chicken nuggets, there's ranch, there's honey mustard, there's barbecue, and then there's like fucking salsa verde. Like there's just all these options at McDonald's.
Yeah, for your chicken nuggets. Yeah, duh.
McDonald's is not salsa verde.
Yes, it does.
They do.
I don't know. I've been going there.
Well, they have salsa now. They don't have salsa verde, but they have salsa.
They don't have salsa verde now. They have salsa roja now.
Salsa roja.
Salsa these nuts, all right?
I know. Right? So he was like, yo, do you want white sauce? How much white sauce? I was like, extra white sauce. How much bibiku? And I was like, let me get a little bit of bibiku. And then he was like, yo, let me get. Why are you guys judging me?
Where do you get this from?
Bibiku?
Bibiku.
Who hired you?
I've always said bibiku.
Huh?
I've always said bibiku. You guys have never heard me say bibiku?
Never in your life said bibiku. I would have checked you the moment you said it. Come on.
You don't check me for anything. How about that, Hector? How about that? You don't check me for nothing, even if I use my bibiku sauce. I don't know why you're making fun of me. There's other people that say bibiku.
I'm a slap.
Yo, how about this? You go to youtube.com, you search too much internet podcasts, and you let me know. Do you say barbecue?
Yes.
Bibiku like normal people. Look, it rings up. Say it, bibiku. See, you just don't want to try. You don't want to try. This is how uncultured you are. This is how uncultured you. You hate the people from the South? Is that what you're trying to tell me? Bibiku. Say bibiku.
Bibiku.
Guys, you guys get bibiku chicken, right? Korean bibiku, right? What else? Bibiku wings, bibiku ribs. Like, there's just so many things.
Oh god.
Shut up. Okay, Google, stop. Fuck.
Google's tired of your shit too.
Tired of what? You've never said bibiku?
Tired of your nonsense. It's barbecue.
That sounds ridiculous.
So you got the bibiku sauce.
Spell it out.
Bibiku. Initials. BQ.
Bibiku. Barbecue is a different thing.
How does barbecue taste?
Barbecue is ketchup based.
And bibiku is not?
Vinegar based.
He's fucking with us. He's fucking with us.
I think I did like 3 minutes of bibiku. Yeah. So worth it. But point is, I went back, ate that shit, and I was knocking out. There was like a little couch in the lounge area, knocking fuck out, bro. I was like putting the shirts in, and I was just like that, like fucking not falling asleep. It sucked so bad. So Banana Republic, I might have fucked up the stock that time, and I apologize because
I did care anyway.
You guys got long ass breaks. Back when I was working at the movie theater, I only did like, I think it was like 20 or half an hour.
Right.
A shift. That's it.
I mean, what were you doing in a movie theater, though?
I was doing.
I definitely wasn't getting paid either. We would have to clock the fuck out. That was stupid of me. Like, bro, like pay for their meals, bro. Like all these people working, at least pay for their meals. That's it.
Pay to eat,
bruh. Yes, it's your valued worker. $15 or $10 at that time.
I wasn't making $10.
I was making $10.
We're not.
I was making $11.
$10.
We're not valued.
I was not making 11.
What were you making, Karina?
$7.25.
Bro, $7.25, bro.
Exactly.
Not even. That's what I'm saying. Pay for her meal.
Nah, they don't care.
Companies
obviously they
want
don't
to
care.
make money, not lose it.
Exactly.
Don't
They're
give a
making
fuck
money
about the
regardless of what
workers.
happens to you. They could lose like, well, if they lost half of their stock in one day, yeah, that would be crazy. But if they lost
People
like a
feel
shirt,
so-
they could
got
lose
insurance.
they could lose a shirt or two,
Insurance. Not gonna
right? They could lose a shirt. Exactly, they have insurance.
They're not gonna lose money off of that.
They ain't gonna lose money at all. Pay for one meal, but then you would have to pay for everyone's meal. So I guess that's where the part I get.
So they're losing money.
I guess that's where it goes. Like, there's gonna be higher ups, then the higher ups deserve the paid break, right? So then they're gonna get fucking. But usually the higher ups are fucking. What's the term? When they're not paid by hour, salary. They're salary. So, what were you doing at the movie theater?
Ushering, which is basically cleaning the movie theater, the auditoriums after each show.
Would you go
When you
back
were
to that?
ushering? When you were ushering, did you like go in front of the movie theater and then sing "Burn"?
Usher.
Besides that, I would do the ticket booth, which is basically, selling tickets, and sometimes concession.
Would you go back my concessions? Just when I thought I was selling the popcorn. No, these are my concessions, and I don't know what to do. I'm gonna give you part 2 of my concessions. I'm butchering the lyrics.
If I'm gonna tell it, then I'm gonna tell it all.
You gave me that one though, Karina. You're like, Eddin, look, and I was like,
land it right down on top of your head.
That's right.
Pick the whole world. And
Did you hate working at the movie theater?
No, I did not.
Did
actually.
it? So this is my question: would you go back to working at a movie theater?
I think I would.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You would mind it?
At $7.25 an hour?
No,
At $15 an hour, you would.
Yeah.
I'm curious to know if they're going to be hiring
movie theaters.
I'm sure they were.
I think there's a couple of active ones. When I like was scrolling through TikTok, there were some people that were working at movie theaters and shit, and I was like, oh, okay, I guess that's still a thing somewhere else. But
TikTok?
Yeah, TikTok rocks. I can't. Don't be on TikTok's dick like that.
You like TikTok?
Oh, fuck with TikTok. Stop playing like you didn't have the app for a minute, and you were like, China's gonna steal my info fairly, and then you were like, let me get out of this real quick. It's understandable why Donald Trump wants to ban TikTok, though. Y'all understand that, right?
It's none of your business.
China is basically. How is that none of my business? It's my info.
All right, but they already have it though.
But it's still my info.
But they already have it though.
But does it not make? What's wrong with him? Okay,
they already have it.
Tell me what. Have a legitimate comment, please. Tell me what's wrong with me understanding Trump wanted to ban TikTok.
Because they already have it, regardless of him.
But there's gonna be okay. They have mine, but what if there's new users every day? Then they're stealing their info.
Okay.
You don't think there's something wrong with that?
No.
I hate this because I know I can't have a legitimate conversation because she's dumb. I forget about this sometimes.
Okay.
I think I said this last episode. Yeah. Where Karina just doesn't know how to have a real conversation. So she's like, I'm sleepy. And then she eats ice cream and then.
No, Karina definitely does not have a real conversation.
All right. How about you guys start? Let's hear what a real conversation sounds like between you and Karina. Ready? I'm not going to say anything. I'm gonna turn this mic off. Ready?
Okay.
Oh, don't turn off your mic. That's crazy. Karina.
Yeah.
You like mangoes?
Yeah, they're pretty good.
Yeah?
Yeah.
When's the last time you had one?
Do you like, maybe like a year ago?
Damn, a year ago.
Yeah.
Mangoes be kicking.
I don't eat them like straight out of the tree. I like to eat them pre-cut because I'm a lazy bitch. And yeah, have you had them with like tahini and
the Mexican way?
Yeah. It's
get it from the
good.
in the corner.
Mm-hmm.
I've definitely had it. I definitely enjoy it that way. But I actually had mango today.
Really?
I've learned a new way to eat mango. Let me tell you.
What's a new way to eat mango?
Done. You know,
Is it like a mango hack?
Huh? It's a mango hack. It's a mango hack.
Okay.
So you know when you eat a mango and it's all like, it's pretty messy. It's a pretty messy situation.
Well, yeah, because like all the juice is just
everything is in your hand and blah blah blah. So there's this new method. It's not that new. It's actually pretty old, but I saw it a while ago.
It's new to you though, so that's what's important.
I got to experience it. So I I saw it a while back, and I was like, I'm gonna try it the next time I get a mango.
Okay.
Had a
So
mango. I had a
lo
mango.
and behold, you have now a mango.
I got a
and-
mango.
Right. You
Boom.
have to try the new method, right?
Exactly. So the method, you take a mango
Yeah.
on a cutting board, you take a knife, cut that bitch right down the middle, all the way around, so that it's cut in half pretty much. You can't cut the seed, you know, because the seed is hard as fuck.
So not a hot dog, but like
Not hot dog cut. Like you're cutting a sandwich in half.
Yes. Okay.
A vertical cut.
Yeah.
Not a horizontal cut.
Like that. Like that.
Exactly.
Got it.
So once you have the mango cut in half, right? What you want to do is you want to take both of them, you do a little twist, and you pull.
Does that work?
Yeah, you pull one of the sides. One of the sides will stick with the seed, and the other side will be just the mango. It'll be like just like it's a little bowl, which is like its own thing. You take a spoon, eat that bitch up.
Yeah, around
the juice be in there. You be sucking. Bomb.
Wow.
And then you go to the next side with the seed, right? You take your little carcass up, little mango. You take the carcass up mango. You take that piece, you grab onto the seed, and you go.
You know, she's just agreeing with everything you're saying. That's not legitimate.
No, it makes sense.
This is not legitimate.
We had a conversation now, but now I'm talking about
the mango. How you eat the mango?
What was the conversation?
About if she had
a new way to eat mango.
The conversation was about having mangoes and eating mangoes.
My bad. I'll be here. My bad. I'll be here. Just keep going.
You
okay. Yeah. All right.
Stay pretty. Stay pretty.
All right.
All right. So back to my.
Anyways, so yeah, you grab the carcass.
Grab the mango.
Of
the carcass.
Right. Carcass.
And you do a little twisty twist, and you pull out the seed, and then you have your other bowl. You know, you can eat up the little seed. You know. Once that's done, it's done, and you have the bowl, and you get the spoon. You do the same thing.
Wow.
It's clean. I've never eaten a mango so clean. Less like the least amount of mess and stickiness I've ever had while eating a mango.
That's great.
Beautiful.
It's a revelation for me, honestly.
Honestly, would you want to try it?
Maybe the next time I have a mango.
So I feel like it'd be a much easier way because, like, you know, you don't want to like stick all the messiness and cut it.
Exactly.
If you ever have a mango next time, you know, so you stop being a lazy bitch. Eat it whole. You called yourself that. That was not me. At the start of this conversation, you were like, "Cause I'm lazy."
All right, we're getting somewhere. Like, she's a lazy bitch. Let's go.
But you gotta repeat it though. You ain't gotta repeat it. That's going too far.
How's that going too far?
Because I can call myself a lazy bitch.
But I can't.
A lazy bitch.
I know you have to set these parameters in the beginning of the relationship.
Parameters. Okay, those are big words, sir.
Big words out here, you know what I'm saying?
It's almost like you got a college degree.
Wow. That's hurtful.
I knew y'all were gonna turn on each other. I just didn't know how bad.
That's hurtful, bro.
Holy shit.
No. I was depressed, my guy.
Wow. Oh, Karina.
Just because you graduated.
Wow, barely. But wow.
Hey.
Not barely.
Wow.
Not me. In the face.
Holy shit.
Take my head.
You just said,
around and then stop.
Why did you go for the jugular like that? What did you just say? She said she was a what bitch?
A lazy bitch.
Oh, lazy bitch.
Damn. Lazy bitch.
And then,
does lazy bitch like make up for you didn't get a degree?
Bum ass dropout.
Whoa, I ain't say all that.
That's what she said. That's what she said.
Oh, I didn't say all that.
I mean, you didn't say those words, but that's pretty much.
It took 3 minutes for them to turn on each other, and I was waiting for it. I was like, it's gonna be a falling out point. One of them's gonna say something wrong, and I knew it was gonna probably be Hector.
Usually me.
It's usually
me.
No, you just take it far. You just take it too far.
You like to, you know, just stab it real quick. And
that wasn't a stab, bruh. She sliced you open. And then you were like, and then she came out. Blood. And then she had to take a shit after that. And then
I'm not made of dairy, but okay.
I mean, you look like a cow. So. That's right. All right. So in other topics, Otter.
I like otters. Otters are cute.
Otters. They're cute. But you know they hold hands when they sleep, so they don't like swim away from each other.
Oh my god, that's so cute.
Copies of the
Is that your
bro.
mouse pad thingy?
It is a mouse pad. It is an otter mouse pad.
Does it have this? Because I have a mouse
It's an
pad.
otter pad.
It's from
Mine
my
has this thing
significant
for my
otter.
wrist.
Is that an otter?
It's a big ball thingy. So for my wrist doesn't get tighter.
Oh,
Have you
yeah,
seen
yeah.
those mouse pads where they
Yeah,
have
one
like
of those.
anime titties?
Yeah.
I thought
Titty
those were
ones,
funny.
yeah.
You want?
Oh,
do you
yeah,
want
yeah.
one of those for your birthday? Oh, which speaking of which, pass by the way.
Which I passed.
Happy belated birthday, Karina. Happy belated birthday. Do you feel
Thanks.
Why
older?
is it belated?
I don't know.
Because it's late, so it's belated.
Is that really how that works?
It's literally how that works.
I don't
You think
I don't
you're
believe
for
her,
it?
bro. No, I don't believe her. I don't believe her for anything. Why is it belated birthday?
Because it's not on time birthday, so it's late, so therefore it's belated.
The meaning of happy belated birthday, and this might be correct, the birthday were the thing that was late, but since a birthday is the anniversary of someone's birth, it can't be late or early. This is too much. I didn't need all that.
It's
I
late.
just want to know.
It's late, so it's belated.
Belated comes after the fact. Okay, so if it's belated, it's after the fact. So yes, it's happy.
What's prefect?
What the fuck is pre? I don't know. This is the thing you should
Before the
Google.
fact.
This is something you should just Google.
Beforehand?
But you have
Pre-fact
the
is
power.
beforehand.
You have the power in your hands right now.
Pre-fact.
What is the equivalent? The equivalent of belated.
Equivalent
Equivalent.
The equivalent of belated?
Equivalent
to
of
pre-fact? Right?
You
That's what you
started
meant?
alive? Okay.
Who started alive?
Don't worry about it.
Okay. Okay. It doesn't let me know what equivalent. What is the equivalent?
It doesn't exist.
Prefect doesn't exist, so you knew this, and you just want me to Google it.
I'm the smart one here.
We let Hector be the question master during our game of Kings yesterday,
That was so much fun.
and it was the most discouraging thing ever.
For you,
I don't know if y'all ever play Kings, but Kings is basically a card game where you use a normal deck of card with ace, spades, clubs, and what's the other one? Diamonds. And then each
just
card,
the cards.
each card has a significance, right? And so each person takes a card, or you use an app and you tap the card, and whoever chooses the card, whatever it has to do the thing. Q, which is Queen, is also Question Master, which what I used to play as was that questions is like you go back and keep going questions with everybody, but we switched it to that person whenever that person asks a question. If the other person answers, you have to take a swig, which I think is the smartest thing ever. And Hector played that role really well. A swig, a sip, same thing.
You like saying swig?
Swig. A swig of.
Swag.
Take a swig.
What's in the
When
bag?
I think of swig, I think of like
One of those hand containers.
taking it, like just not swallowing, mixing it around in your mouth, like swigging it in
That's
your mouth.
swish.
You're a swish.
Oh,
My
but you also
friends were in
swig it
my
your mouth, too.
room the other day.
Yeah, we were in your room.
They were
You
here.
were there yesterday.
That was literally yesterday. But
Yesterday.
technically, when this comes out,
today.
it's no,
Oh,
not technically today,
Oh yeah, I guess today.
because I left before 12.
Did you?
okay. Who said
But-
you were his friend?
Good one. But yeah, like the game of Kings. Whew. Glad we went over that one.
But they
But,
were here, and I was excited to have them. I was being a host. Was I being a good host?
You're being a very good host.
Thanks, Karina. I love you.
I'm
too.
gonna
The
be
greatest.
debatable about it.
Because you were hosting for a bit too. Because
I think you spent more time talking about how you were a bad host than being a good host. You were like, I'm the host. I should be doing this. You were spending more time doing that.
I mean, but I did it right
What made you think that you were a good host?
Wow.
because I got you
You
guys.
offered us water once we walked
water.
in, no doubt.
I mean, that's all you really need to
You
do.
you let us in.
What does a host do besides offer you guys water and be like, "Yeah"?
So how would you know that you were being a good host if you don't know what a host is?
I'm the hostess with the
Hostess.
mostest.
With the mostest.
You're a hostess,
With the mostest.
so you're a woman. Or
Wow, that's sexist.
or
But yeah,
ding-dong.
I was a pretty good question master. I'll
At least you were good at something yesterday.
I tooted my own horn, but that was pretty great.
It's because
I
all your
had so
questions
much
sounded
fun.
so genuine.
I had
That's why.
so much fun. I had like the power that I felt, the control that I had over this game.
As a question master?
I had them all shut.
Is that the
They
first
didn't
time?
wanna
Is that
speak.
the first time you had the power? Do you think of other times you had much power like that in your life, excluding from sexual endeavors?
Ooh,
Excluding.
Oh.
Excluding. We don't know. We don't want to talk about why you're such a power bottom.
Because I take that shit deep.
In your pussy.
Yes.
Hector hates when I say bussy.
I don't like bussy. It's nasty.
I mean, I'm not a fan of bussy either, but I'm fine with the word.
Can you just say butthole?
No, bussy.
But it's not a... It's a butt pussy. It's a butthole.
Are you going to put something in there?
Is that the word of the week this week, Hector? It's bussy.
No, I couldn't.
I'm declaring it right now. It's the word of the week, bussy. Imagine if we just got to the intro right there. Like, fuck Hector. Like, how long does it genuinely take you to make one of those word of the weeks? Like, or do you just do it like right before we start the episode?
Well, I the weeks be passing by because I work and shit. So like when I'll be thinking about it on Saturday, I'm like, damn, I have to like get a word of the week on Sunday. But like after I record my masses for my church or my parents' church on Sundays, right after I'll like, there's a time where I'm like, I'll start looking like trying to like, you know, research a word for the word of the week.
Yeah.
For me, for this word of the week, I have a word of the week that I have reserved that I'm going to use at some point. Right. I was thinking like, should I use that one or should I just find out another one? And then I was like, okay. Took me a minute, and then I think probably 3 hours before we decided to meet, I finalized on the word.
You were like, this is the word. Do you do the Photoshop file? Which, by the way, we appreciate people liking and commenting on that the post that we put on Fridays when the word of the week is displayed. But do you usually make the Photoshop file by that point, or do you do it like? Do you make it when you have to make the post?
Oh well, when I decide like that's the word, I'll do the post right then and there. So I for me, it's done once I've done the Photoshop post.
And how long does it take for you to make it?
The Photoshop post was not that hard because like, I already have the template, so it's just a matter of like
5 minutes.
The word.
Huh? Does it take you like 5 minutes?
Probably less.
Does it take you 5 minutes to make it?
Probably.
Oh wow.
Probably less.
Y'all all my shit, huh?
Who's y'all? Hold up.
Who's y'all? What
It's him.
shit?
It's all him.
What shit?
That's crazy.
We're not on your shit.
Y'all on my shit.
I'm just wondering how long it takes Hector to make that post, and he told me less than 5 minutes.
Okay.
No, Photoshop doesn't take that much. Once you already have something.
I can't handle any question from you because I think you're gonna make me drink.
Swig.
You feel that? I wish the power like remained.
At one point, I think we made a rule to avoid eye contact, and I just immediately didn't look at Hector for no reason after that. What's the real change? I was like, fuck that shit.
Traumatized.
Oh, 100%. Before we have a little thing we're gonna do for this episode.
Your little thing.
And we obviously and we obviously have the word of the week as always.
You too, Karina.
So
Oh wow.
You're not gonna kiss us, bro? Nah, I love that. Thanks.
That was a little sucky noise.
That was wet.
Okay, so two things. So one, it is
three,
not three.
4,
2,
make it 5, please.
Two.
I want 5.
Two things. Right?
Can we do 5, please?
I could try to make up 5 things. You know me.
Fine. Bet. I know you think on the spot, so
for first thing, it was Karina's birthday, so everybody clap it up. It was Karina's 26th birthday this week. Yeah, Karina, happy birthday! Happy belated birthday. That's how we got into that conversation. Wow. So happy belated birthday. Do you feel older?
I feel more useless.
What do you mean? Why more useless?
That's a conversation for another time.
What the fuck?
That's where the therapy episode got it.
Exactly.
We're gonna have one of those, bitch. I'll cry.
Oh.
I cried today.
You cried today? You don't have to share why.
I don't want to share why. So you know, it's not what's the word?
I hate those pauses before someone tries to iterate their thoughts.
Yeah,
because then you're like, "Oh, this is deep."
Oh,
it's not. But Hector's not deep. Hector's not deep.
For me, it's usually for me. I'm like usually choked up. I'm like, you know. And then you say, "I'm sorry."
My pauses aren't as great. I'm just trying to find the words. Fuck. So it's not. Fuck it. Whatever. I believe in God, and so you know, I be getting in my moments where my faith is much more stronger, especially when I'm at church.
Yeah.
So I was just like in the mood. And there was a song that the guy who plays the piano, he plays the music. He actually came late to mass today, but he
person who's playing piano.
Yeah, the person who pretty much plays the music for the mass.
Piano or like organ. And
it's a piano. It's a piano. He also sings. But they sang a song, and it touched it. Not that it touched me, but like I felt emotion with it. Like I loved the way it sounded, and it got me, a little teary eyed. And then so I looked up the song, and I was like I trying to like find out like how it actually sounds, because I didn't hear didn't play the whole thing. So I definitely loved their rendition of it much better than what the actual thing was. But after that, I got into this like rabbit hole, I guess, where I was just like looking up Hillsong worship songs. You know what the song is?
A Hillsong?
Hillsong?
Is Hillsong an actual title of song, or is Hillsong?
No, Hillsong worship is like I should have googled this better, but I'm not sure if it's like a religious like it's either there's Hillsong United, which is like a band, and they tour and they play like religious music, and there's Hillsong worship. I'm not 100% sure, but I do believe like there's places where people go. I'm not sure if there's like a fixed thing, but like they'll go to like a theater, like PlayStation theater, and they'll have like they'll hold like
and then they'll sing, and all the songs are about Jesus.
Their mass is like just singing.
There's like a big venue actually in the Heights too, where it's like mainly it's like a concert of like all worship songs.
Yeah.
So yeah.
So
is that what they do in your church?
No.
Okay.
But I went to that once, and like I loved it, and I've been wanting to go again, but I haven't been able to. But it just reminded me. I was reminded of that, and then I saw like one of their like I guess one of the most popular songs. It's called "I Surrender," and it's just like this long, like 10-minute song where they're praying and singing, and that just made me bawl. Not bawl. I didn't bawl out, but I was definitely like tears running in my face, and I was just like. I love that song, and I was like going into like more songs.
Balled out. Sorry,
not balled out. Like
I was like,
I wasn't bawling,
Jesus.
crying, but I was, tears were running in my face.
Wait, did you say balding crying or bawling crying?
Bawling.
Oh, okay.
B-A-W.
Was it the lyrics or the music?
It's just the way because when I listen to music, I like music a lot. So like music is like was what gets me to emotional states. Like that music changes the way I feel a lot. Like they influence the way I feel a lot.
Okay.
When I hear music, and the way and if they make me feel a certain way, I appreciate them a lot more. So when it comes to like that, I was like already in like my faith was like strengthened after mass and shit. And I was just like in that state where I'm like, Jesus and all that, like love you, blah, 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 stuff like that. Like I believe in myself, believe in you. I'll get through whatever I need to get through. Like he will never let me down, stuff like that. So I was just like feeling stuff like that. And the song just amplifies it, and it just makes me emotional, and I'll tear up.
I feel like it does. It makes sense that you would be more in tune or intact with like praying via song, because realistically, aren't they all kind of songs in a way?
They're all songs.
Hymns, songs, yeah,
they're all songs. Right? When it comes to Hillsong worship, it's all like songs.
Yeah, I mean that makes a lot of sense to me. Like,
and they talk, they look like a lot of talking and then singing.
Because like I can do we've all been to mass here. We all went to Catholic school and shit.
I'm raised on that shit, so that's been my life all my life.
Right, the only public school technically I went to was like kindergarten and like college.
Really?
Yeah. Did you guys go to public elementary school?
I went for public school. I went elementary, and that's it.
I went to.
So most of your life was Catholic school. Most of your life was Catholic school.
Yeah, from like 6th grade to 12.
Okay.
For me, it was I think kindergarten, 1st grade. I was in the public school, and then I went to St. John's School, which is actually near here. So I'm back home pretty much. And then I found out they actually closed because of Corona, so then opening up again, which I'm really sad about. But I was there from like I guess third grade, till 12th grade. I was pretty much in Catholic school.
Well, you used to live in that building, right?
Yeah, I used to live in this building. I used to live on the 5th floor.
I
first got here.
Not far from my elementary school either.
Yeah, you weren't that far. I mean, that would be far. They were kids. We're not gonna go far from our school.
Yeah, but I mean, I remember there was kids in my elementary school that would travel for like for elementary.
Yeah,
and I think it was also because they were just adjusting to a lifestyle. Like maybe they weren't from New York. And
I imagine like their parents had to like
drove them and stuff like that. Yeah, I didn't start taking the train until I was like in.
I never took the train myself until high school, I think.
Oh, I started like in 7th grade.
No,
that's when I moved.
We having a fucking party up in here, bro.
In your crib?
People are coming in here. So yeah.
What's it called? I forgot that you also don't have a curtain.
Yeah, so they can see right through. I have to get
that makes me wonder, Karina. Like, I know you're not like the biggest. Well, you're not Catholic. You don't consider yourself Catholic.
I mean, I've done some sacraments, but
yeah, you practice the Catholic faith, but you don't really associate yourself with the Catholic Church.
No, I've like stopped practicing since like middle school.
What's like your line of faith? Would you say?
Like, I believe.
Because I don't feel like everyone has to believe in something, but I'm not surprised having faith in something that helps you get through. Like, for example, we had Tamar, who came on a couple episodes ago. Thank you, Tamar, for coming here. And Tamar, damn, I was gonna say it believes in the heart of the cards, but that's Yu-Gi-Oh. But she believes yeah, and like
she's more spiritual
tarot and very. But you can still be spiritual and like believe in Jesus and shit. But I guess she believes because they believe in spirits too. They're saints. Those are spirits. But it's a whole different line of things. They have other stuff. I guess they believe more so in manifestation, but I think that's also part of the church. There's different elements.
You don't know.
I don't really know that much, right? So, but you could believe in something different, and I feel like that is something like having faith in something helps you as a person. Period. Mm-hmm. So it makes me wonder what do you more so have faith in?
Like in terms of religion, there really isn't one. I guess I would associate to myself. Right. I do believe like there's a higher like power or being, but I wouldn't exactly call it like God. But yeah, besides that, not really. I guess the closest would be, I think that's called agnostic, right?
And you believe there's something, but you don't really have any.
Yeah,
you don't have like an association to something.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. You believe that there's something. Right. I want to ask, like, why in middle school? Like, what made you stop believing in middle school?
Oh shit! I even hear say that.
Huh? Oh yeah, middle school. I think because like I was kind of constantly surrounded by the idea of like God and religion because of
Was it thrown down your throat? Like
yes,
God?
So okay, so yeah. Hated it. I hated it. And so I kind of like rebelled against it. And, when you go through like teenage angst and stuff like that, you're just like, you don't really want to listen to what people have to say. So just like kind of not, listen.
Yeah. I feel like that is almost like with broccoli. Some people grow up eating broccoli because their parents forced broccoli down their throat or on their plate. And it's like, I don't like, you're not giving that person a choice. In like retrospect, especially as a youth, and because you want to be like a free flown spirit mind and you're forcing down some sort of religion, they're going to be against it, in my opinion. But I see other cases where some people, I feel like a lot of people are instilled fear when it comes to like beliefs and stuff. Like if you don't believe in God, you're going to die. If you don't believe in, if you don't,
I mean, we're all gonna die regardless. But
I mean, well, I'm sorry. Yeah, good point. But like, if you don't believe in God, you'll go to hell. Mm-hmm. My friend, he's an Israelite, and he was like telling me about it, like his beliefs about shit like that. And he thinks that whole faith of like, if you don't do good things, you'll go to hell. Like you'll go to hell, or if you do good things, you'll go to heaven. Is a really stupid clause, and I kind of believe him. Like I feel why. Like because God realistically in the Bible, like he's supposed to like I think he talks to Job, or Job like preaches out to him and is like, yo, how come you're like treating bad people good and good people bad, etc., etc., etc. But in reality, God isn't about like, yo, here's good people and they get good things, here's the bad people and they get bad things, because in reality, bad people could get good things and good people could have bad things. So he's not really supposed to be a good or bad God. He's supposed to be righteous. Like he's supposed to just let shit happen, and sometimes those things are to teach you a lesson, or some things are just to like they just happen. Like, what do you think about that, Hector? Because I mean, your family's Catholic, and my family's Catholic too, but I've kind of moved sort of out of it. I haven't been going to church.
Have your parents?
What happened?
Have your parents
been going to church? Not as of late. Not as of late. It's been a little
because of COVID and all that.
Like, COVID and all that. Yeah.
Before, like, how would they maintain?
My mom, well, they would go every once in a while. It was just more so because we moved into a new community and we're so used to our old community, and we'd rather go to that church, you know. And so, and there aren't a lot of, funny enough, there aren't a lot of Catholic churches near me. And they don't want to just go to any church. Like, I understand that. I feel like if your faith is your faith and you want to be part of a good community, or a community you want to be part of, that makes sense. But yeah, they'll go every once in a while. You know, they've like even asked me if I wanted to go, and I was like, not really. Or I wouldn't be waking up the next day because I'm like
that's
working.
Always the one. Yeah, you don't wake up for it. Yeah. My parents have definitely delved in deeper into the church life. Before my grandma's very, very like she's praying like 24/7. That lady, but my mom. Yeah, she had me at 19, so she wasn't really that religious. But you know, with age and time, you know, I guess she's turned a lot more to her faith. My dad wasn't as much. You know, he I guess a typical Dominican God-fearing man. He went to church. It wasn't much about
Isn't
it.
Isn't God-fearing so interesting?
God-fearing?
Because it's like, it's not supposed to be demeaning towards God, but I feel like when you're saying, like, if I was like a Hector fearing man, I'm saying like you are something to be afraid of, but shouldn't we be confiding in God and not be afraid of him?
But you're not saying God fearing because you fear. That's not you're fearing God. It's like you hold and respect him.
His policies.
You hold him to a certain regard, and you respect him enough that you would never. What's the word?
Disrespect him.
You would never.
You would abide by the commandments.
You abide by his commands. You will never go against him anyway because you fear him. But it's not. It's weird. It's weird to say God fearing.
It's just a term because I know what you mean.
It's a term.
It's the terminology that sounds so weird to me because I've heard that multiple times before. And it's interesting because it's like I also see a world where people are like legitimately afraid of God or the higher being, or like, God, why have you forsaken me, like, etc. But yeah, I'm sorry. What were
you fear him because he has power over you, essentially. But so my dad and my dad and my mom got married through the church after how many years they were married together. They've been married for like. Since I was like one, maybe. I don't remember correctly.
Oh, wow. But so you're telling me they were almost married for 29 years?
Almost
30 years.
Almost 30 years.
They definitely got married because they had me.
So you mean they were almost married so they were married to the church for almost 30 years?
No.
Not to the church.
They were married
through their church for over 30 years.
They were married.
No, not through the church.
Why are you saying this?
30 years. 30.
Oh, you're saying 30 because you're trying to bring up my age. You're a bitch. Fuck you.
30.
No, they were married civilly to the courts by around the time that I was born, or around the time they conceived me or something like that. They got married recently in 2017. It's the same year that I became single.
That's not a way to just like, ladies.
So they got married to the church in 2017, and my dad and my mom, they got much more closer into the church, much more into it, and like my dad would like go to these things. Like now they're part of like this community and this group of married couples, and they do a lot of activities and shit like that. My dad's become much more understanding as a person. He's calmed down. He was always a very aggressive man, very angry man, but like he he talks more, communicates more. He doesn't, what's the word when you react?
Impulsive?
No.
When you react what? Aggressively?
Yeah, when you.
Yeah, you didn't really describe it, to be honest.
He doesn't express himself angrily.
So he's
out of nowhere as much. like he'll.
So he's not impulsively being aggressive.
Not aggressive, like. Because he'll just get mad and he'll respond in a certain way, and it's perceived as like he's very upset and very angry, but he doesn't know how to speak well. Like like when he's
I feel you, Dad.
When he's emotional and he gets like passionate about something and he might be upset about it, he'll come off as a certain way.
I feel you, Dad.
So yeah, but like he's calmed down a lot more, and I just see that they've interacted the marriage through the church and being a part of all this has helped them a lot. So my parents, I completely forgot your question that brought us to this point.
God fear man, God, people.
No, it was
church.
about
oh God,
my thought about my parents, and they're
married 30 years, their love. I didn't ask you a question about their love.
Honestly, we go on tangents. It's crazy. But yeah, my parents, they're very into the church.
Yeah,
and raising me, then trying to keep me in the church as much as they have. Like that's affected me.
Like, what's your relationship with God?
My relationship with God is, I believe there's a God. I fear him, I love him and all that. Like I know he has a plan for me and all that stuff. I don't believe
God's plan.
I don't believe.
Shut up. I fucking hate you.
That's literally the epitome of the song. Matter of fact, it was also like charting on like religious songs at that time.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, like legit. Because that song doesn't even have a curse.
That's funny.
Yeah.
I don't believe too much in the institution as a whole, as the Catholic institution. I believe there's a lot of fuckery that goes around with that.
Oh,
100%. So I don't care too much. I don't respect too much the church as an entity, but
But you respect the religion.
I do respect God, his concept, and what he stands for in a sense, like what he can provide for me. So there's that.
My not issue with the church, because I respect people who are into the church and etc. I just respect people's faith, whether you're Muslim, you're Hindu, etc. Do whatever the fuck you want, right? And it's interesting to think that a lot of people have like so much hate in them, in my opinion, that they can't even respect other people's choices and faiths. It's just like, bro, let them be. Like, it doesn't bother you, so what is it like? Why do you gotta do anything about it? My thing is that, like, I feel like so much has been like scripture has been rewritten so many times. The Bible is basically the handbook, right? Like, what was the shit that people used to say?
The whole Bible is made by man. It's not.
Yeah, it's like, but we base a lot of the shit we do and say and feel about the church from the Bible. There's like different versions of the Bible. There's the Mormons version. There's a Quran, which is basically a Bible. Like, there's so many versions of the Bible that it's like, I think that what I've learned strongly from the Catholic Church is just to not be a shitty person,
Yeah.
And it's just, I think practicing it is what I believe in so much more so, just overall, because I've seen a lot of people who could be or like churchgoers, right? And they go to church and they talk about how they go to church, and they're fucking dickheads. And they're dickheads and hypocrites. And wow, you're the one stirring this episode.
Yeah.
They're like complete hypocrites. They like, bruh, you got the Baptist church, the Westerboro Baptist church, who literally to this day and this is just quoting, that literally still has signs that says God hates fags. Literally, to this day. And these are churchgoers. These are worshipers. And it's just like, but obviously people interpret the Bible the way they want to interpret it. There's different interpretations. I think when you're so locked in to that, which I'm not saying you, but I'm saying like people that are locked into that, I feel like that becomes a problem. Like, because there's always going to be just different interpretations of situations, scripture, stuff like that. But it's so funny to think, and this is just what I was just trying to get at. It's just so funny to think how many people are so shitty, and they're like, but I go to church.
Like that negates all the shitty shit they do.
Bruh. I forgot who it was or what it was. There was definitely a person who killed mad people and shit, and then like I think they went to church before or some shit, and they thought it was okay. And they were like, or they went to church afterwards.
It's not how that works.
It's weird. If y'all were to have kids, my bad. If y'all were to have kids, would you? I'm not gonna say shove Jesus down their throat, but would you encourage religion
Karina's
upon
not
them?
participating in this question. So
if you were.
I don't think there's an if for Karina.
I mean, it's just make the
play
combo.
along.
There's no if.
Just make the combo. Just make the combo. Let's say if one of no, that doesn't make sense. Just make the combo for the love of God. It's a podcast. Jesus. But yeah, like if you were to have a kid, would you? Because I think I would actually like raise them Catholic. Just because that's just where I'm closely associated with.
But you don't even practice it, so why would you do it?
Just from tradition. My parents got them to Catholic church. I mean, I'm not gonna shove Jesus down their throat. Is what I'm trying to say. But like, I'd be like, oh, like just Catholic church if you guys want. Because I do feel like people they should believe in something. Like there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, they could just say no, and I'll be like, well, okay, fine. But I'm pretty sure my parents would just be happy, and I don't mind that aspect of trying to make my family happy, my parents happy with my kids, and like let them try to like get baptized, shit like that. You grow up with that stuff. It's not like you had a choice. Like I'm not a baby going, what the fuck is this water? It just gets poured on you, or they dunk you, which is so wild to me. How they dunk a baby into water, and they're like, and it's
I don't think they do that anymore.
I think they just pour water on their head or some shit. Like I haven't been to
maybe
a
in certain places they'll do that.
Yeah, but some places 100% dunk babies. You dunk them.
I don't think anywhere here though.
There's just weird parts of the church. You dunk babies. You eat the body and blood of a dude. It's just like
that's weird. That's like the core thing about church.
The symbolism
to have the body.
It's symbolism. The symbolism of the bread and blood and bread and wine.
The body and blood
is body and blood. That's weird as fuck in like retrospect.
We're eating a piece of Jesus and
you're having a piece of him. It's obviously a symbol, but a lot of people also, which is funny because as I was growing up, it was so normalized to me. I didn't think about it, but technically you are giving a child alcohol or like very low alcohol, but you're giving him alcohol or her alcohol or them alcohol. Like if they do their first communion in the communion.
Some churches don't give kids alcohol. They don't give them.
They don't give them the thing. I've definitely have taken big swigs before. Just saying. I was just like,
you're wilding, bro. What about everybody else? Selfish.
I mean, they'll have some. I'm not gonna lie. I don't know if y'all know this, but in church, they'll also like put a piece of it. They'll put a piece of the communion or the wafer
he dunks
in it. No, he like leaves it in there. Well, what I've seen, they've left it in there. And I remember one time I was like, yo, did someone just spit their fucking communion back out? Like, yo, I was like,
that's weird. To me, I've seen because the priest for my priest, he'll dunk.
Are you telling me the way I worship God is weird?
No, the way the church you went to does things is weird.
Weird.
He would just put the bread in there and just like.
Imagine someone just like, yo, your church is weird.
Yeah, your church is fucking weird.
I understand like them dipping the blood, the body of Christ into the blood.
Like a fucking Oreo.
They do that. I'm assuming it's to help with consuming it better and easier, so it's easier to swallow. Well, that's what she said. Or it's just like a symbolism to like, consuming both of that. So he doesn't have to like drink after eating the bread.
I think that was like the most legitimate. That's what she said from this year for me. I haven't heard any other legitimate. That's what she says. I mean, has everyone here had the wafer before?
Why you keep calling it wafer?
It's a wafer.
It's the bread of God.
It could
technically, it's a wafer.
Here, I'm about to fucking school you, son.
Let's
it's
stop.
A wafer.
It's the body of Christ.
It's a wafer.
It's the body of Christ.
He has to make it into the body of Christ through ceremony.
The body of Christ.
It's not. They sell it in a box, right?
It's the body of Christ.
They sell it in a box.
It's the body of Christ,
right? So you tell me from the box. It's the time it's in the box. It's the body of Christ.
It's the body of Christ.
So they're selling the body of Christ to me.
No, they're not.
In the ceremony, it turns into the body and blood of Christ.
He blesses it. I get that.
So the wafer,
refer to it as the body of Christ.
The wafer is good. Have you guys all had the body of Christ?
Yes.
I've had the BOC.
The BOC. The Bach?
Nah, it's the.
Yo, where's feng shui in that? By the way. Karina bought a body bag, or what is it? What do you call it?
A body bag.
A cross bag?
A cross body bag.
A cross body bag. So I'm just stupid because I didn't put cross over it.
Yeah.
But it's still stupid. A body bag.
No.
It's a cross body bag. All right, fine. Cross body bag.
Body.
And it was barely. And it was a chicken. And what did we name it first?
I don't know.
Same? Siri?
No, you didn't name
anything.
I
forgot. That's crazy.
Whatever. We named it something, and then eventually we were making fun of Hector because he moved his couch in between his desk and...
Is it Lenny?
In the middle of his room.
Definitely not Lenny. And then...
I moved that couch here.
Here, yeah. And then we were like, yo, you're fucking up the feng shui. And then I was like, fuck it, we're calling it feng shui.
We're watching and playing.
He has like a projector and shit. It's pretty dope, ladies.
Awesome.
So dope.
Why do you think ladies like projectors?
I love projectors.
Okay.
I rest my case.
Okay.
Last thing before we go to before we do a little fun game and then we go to the word of the week. R.I.P. to Black Panther, Chadwick Boseman.
R.I.P.
And I forgot the one and only Black Panther movie was. And there was other people that passed away too. I feel like again for not remembering, but there was like a basketball player.
This week?
Yeah, like it was like a basketball player, and then it was like some other dude passed away. Just influential people from like pop and sports and stuff like that. He had colon cancer. Yeah, stage 4 colon cancer from his diagnosis of 4 years ago. He didn't tell anybody. People knew he was sick. He didn't tell anybody. He had really influential roles like Jackie Robinson. He was James Brown, Black Panther. I didn't see the other movies. I'm not gonna lie to you. I just saw Black Panther. He did Five Bloods recently, which was directed. Why are you shaking my head? Just because I don't watch a movie doesn't mean anything wrong. I could just go watch the movie later.
You're not. So.
But how do you know that?
Because I know
you. So see, she didn't know I was gonna do that. He was in Five Bloods that was directed by Spike Lee. Wow, this guy. He was also in there was another movie he was in that was like a Netflix exclusive, I think. But he was on movies and it was he was very influential when it comes to the Black community, especially with Black Panther. He nailed it. Like I've never heard complaints about his position as the Black Panther. His role as the Black Panther. What the fuck?
It's just a role. It's not a position.
Okay, excuse me. So
all we can do is correct you, bro.
Yeah, right.
It's fun.
So that being said, he didn't tell anybody, or he wasn't public about him being Black Panther. Well, having cancer, and then he had the roles of excuse me. Which that being said, if y'all ever had like such a serious illness, would you? I mean, not be public about it. You're not gonna go screaming to people that you have, in this case, maybe cancer. But like, if you found that out, would you also take the same route?
Without telling anyone?
Yeah.
If I was as famous as him.
let's say yeah.
A
Let's say yes.
regular person.
Nah, let's say yes. I think it's more interesting if I see.
If I'm a celebrity, then I would probably, especially if my
probably not.
You wanna go, Karina?
Huh?
You wanna go? You wanna elaborate on that?
Sorry, I said probably not because I feel like if I was like super duper like famous, people would just hand me over questions of like blah blah blah, like how's the treatment going?
Yeah. Like it would overshadow everything else you're doing.
I mean, not even that. It's just like they wouldn't give me space to like actually take a breather or like enjoy the time I have left.
Right.
Yeah. Right. Constantly reminded.
Yeah.
Okay. What about you, Hector?
If I was as popular, I was a celebrity and I was a celebrity that was constantly bombarded by paparazzis, then I would want to keep it quiet. Because then it's like you're not, like Karina said, you're not gonna have the time to like actually like escape what you already know is gonna happen to you. Like this is throwing in your face at all times. It's like we wouldn't want that. So I understand completely why he kept that quiet.
Yeah, there was instances where like it's interesting because I do remember this. I remember there was a viral clip of him, just like doing the Wakanda Forever like cross shit. But then like you see him and his like face is so like done, and then people were just more like they were like understandably because no one knew what it was, but everyone's like, yo, he is so done being Black Panther.
Yeah,
which I could believe that too. Like if you played some like big role or some shit like that, you know, I think a huge thing for actors that they hate is typecasting. Unless you're Kristen Stewart, which like you just devour typecasting. And like
I want to understand that reference.
Typecasting, Kristen Stewart.
I want to understand the reference to Kristen Stewart.
They at one point they just like Michael Cera, they made Michael Cera play Michael Cera in almost every movie. And then they made Kristen Stewart play Kristen Stewart. So she was always very like the shy, quiet girl, like that shit.
With the weird facial expressions.
Yeah, so it's like he did Jackie Robinson. Jackie Robinson. He was fucking what is his name?
Just said all this.
I did just say all of them. Whatever. He had a lot of influential big roles. What was I gonna say? Oh yeah, so people just thought he was just tired of it and shit like that, but you know, he was doing chemo and all that jazz. Do you feel like if you guys had like a big role in Hollywood that you like take it to the like you would like always love it forever, or do you think you would no doubt get tired of it?
Get tired of it.
Yeah. But what if you knew like that role like influenced so many people and it made like kids really happy? Like it's a responsibility at one point.
I mean that's great and all, but like I'm always gonna put myself first. If I get tired of it, I'm not gonna do it anymore.
Right.
I get that. I understand where it's like, oh, I may have influenced people, but like I don't really care. Like you're not me. You're not
like like for celebrities, I'm not like it's great if you are a role model, but like as I said before, it's not my job to be your role model.
Right.
I'm making these moves. I'm putting these roles on for me.
Yeah. Yeah, because I want to do it.
I want to keep getting more gigs, and I want to keep getting. I want to make money. Everybody want to make money. Right. So they're thinking about themselves first. I don't think. I guess some people care about being influential people to other people.
Yeah,
but
I mean that's great.
I personally,
that's not me.
I don't really care.
Yeah, you had him. Like, I mean, this is where I feel like him, like other people who played superheroes like Chris Evans and Robert Downey Jr. when they did like Captain America and fucking Iron Man, like they would go visit kids as their characters, which I also think is obviously like publicity kind of shit. So but you see, that's the thing. How can you not feel that way? But you feel like, oh, but I'm doing these things for me. Why at that moment we have to think, oh, he's a good person or she's a good person. But like, yeah, it's like I feel like I understand what you guys mean.
I mean, because like we wouldn't know exactly. Like we wouldn't know if that's something that they wanted to do, or if they were advised, yeah, you should do this as this. So it would help you. It would help them. Blah blah blah. But if that's something that they really wanted to do, then my bad. I didn't know. But like, and that they did that, and that's good for them. Whatever. That's how they feel. That's what they want to do. Right. But I just like overall, I just feel like that would just all be for publicity.
Yeah, all of that is just a thought and wonder of like, dang, like he went through 4 years of that, which sounds like a long time and probably feels like a long time. And then I can imagine being a high profile actor like that, doing all these roles, trying to nail them pretty well. And like, you know, obviously you could get the job, you could do a terrible job, and he did a pretty good job from what I know when it comes to Black Panther. I'd never really looked into a comic book like that.
He was trying to leave his legacy.
What do you mean?
All the way
oh yeah. That's a good point. Yeah, like it's an instance of like, would you rather know you could live 80 years and you're pretty okay, or would you rather live 5 more years and know you did a great job? Which one would you guys rather have?
Me is more longer time.
Oh, so you rather do 80 years?
I'd rather do 80 years.
Oh wow, okay.
Because I for the longest I've always had this like sense of like I want to be immortal. I don't want to just go. I want to continue knowing. I've always wanted to like know what's going on. I'm always like, what's going on? Like I'm like the Dominican in me wants to know the Chiefs, man. I want to know what's going on. Let me know. Let me get put me into the scoop. You know, I want to know. I've always want to know what's going on. So it's like for me to not be able to do that past my time, it scares me. So it's like,
I mean, but you know, everyone goes. You said it earlier. Yeah. You were like, it's inevitable. Everybody dies.
That doesn't take away from the fact that I would want to be immortal.
Okay, that makes sense. What about you, Karina? 5 years of like
making immortals, 80 years. But you know,
I mean, but 80 years is a long time though.
80 years is long.
I'm not gonna lie. Yes, you're gonna be 29. Karina's 26. I'm gonna be 26. Like, I still feel young. I know it's funny because your cousin the other day was like, yeah, your 20s, like it's kind of the bullshit time and you start hating yourself. And
she's in her 30s and she's living it up now.
Yeah, because she says she's living it up, which is dope.
I guess that just goes along with like just how your experience is in those times. If you have a good,
but you like life well enough that you're like, yo, I could do 80 more of this.
Same thing.
Is that not the same thing? Why would you want to live miserably 80 more years?
80 more years of me doing the same thing?
I was thinking that you were being more so hopeful and like like be positive about it. Why you would
like 80 more years of me, like, you know, I'm doing better for myself, but I'm not doing amazing, right? I'm just doing okay, but I'm not struggling like I am now. Yeah, I'll do that.
Are you? Would you say you're struggling right now?
I'm not struggling, but I'm not on the path. I'm not on the path that I want to be on. Whereas like I'm working towards a certain goal. Right. I don't have a goal yet. I'm hoping to get a goal.
I haven't thought about that, but before I move on to that, but yeah, Karina, what about you? Like, would you 5 years of like leaving which no doubt leaves a print, or 80 years and it's all right?
Yeah, I'll live the 5 years.
5 years?
Yeah.
Karina's ready to go.
I would. I'm not gonna lie.
I'm ready to go.
I feel like some people leave a print in less than a year, and you're like,
you can do a lot in a year, especially with like if you do TikTok.
You do a lot in 6 months, bro.
Something like TikTok.
That's a good point. I love that.
And you'll leave a print. Boom.
I love that. That's a good. I feel like that's where I love that we grew up in the Vine generation, because the idea that people had this job or got like a job from doing what the fuck are you guys yelling about? I don't know if y'all hear that. My dad is like screaming.
Yeah.
But you had 6 seconds to make someone laugh, cry, feel something. Period.
King Bach was dope at that.
That was OD, the guy who did the backflip shit. It was like somebody would rob something, like some robber would rob a girl, and then they're like, well, you didn't get my purse. And he was like, yeah, but that backflip though. Yeah. But that shit, it was so good though. Like those are the people. I'm not surprised a lot of them got better roles, or they just got really good like they got bags and shit like that from that, you know? Like Liza or Lisa, whatever. Liza. She was just in a Netflix thing. Yeah. She was in a Netflix movie recently. I feel like Jake Paul and Logan Paul came from Vine too.
They did, but they fucked themselves up.
They're fucking douches.
They're fucking idiots.
And who else? Randy Morasco or some shit like that. He's a Cuban dude, and he did a lot of like singing shit. Now he has like a show where like he has a puppet, and the puppet interviews people. And I just recently watched where the puppet interviewed Mike Tyson. I'm like, dang, like you went from Vines to that.
Yeah.
Like that's crazy. And I feel like there's like TikTokers, like the only one I know that's like huge is her name is Addison Rae, and she like dances and shit. I see a world where she's like,
isn't Addison Rae on IG selling like bikini pics and shit?
She's like, I don't know about that. I just know from TikTok when she's dancing and shit.
Okay,
that's all I know.
I gotta.
Yeah. So
there's so many of those. I hate that shit's blown up.
What?
All of the IG models like just selling, like just in bikini pics. Like how much
sex sells though.
I get it, but it's like it's just. So,
I think people hate that it's so.
I hate the ads that the other pages be just throwing for them. And it's like, well, I don't want to see this. I want to see content. I don't want to see you throwing an ad for this person so that people can go follow her.
Oh, but you're talking about like meme pages that do that. But the people, but they pay those meme pages for that.
Oh, fuck, I don't want to see that shit.
I mean, you can scroll next.
I do. I'm just saying it irks me.
It's just interesting that you feel that way because it's like IG models are usually women. And it's usually women like showing ass and shit like that.
I've seen and
I'm not talking about you particularly, but I feel like some men still can't grasp the idea of a woman making money from their body that's not a guy benefiting from it. You know what I mean? Like if you're not like, it's like OnlyFans. A lot of people hate the idea of OnlyFans.
OnlyFans.
Yeah.
Bella Thorne.
Yo, fuck that bitch.
I don't know anything about that situation. Y'all like
fuck that bitch, bro.
What did she do?
Fucked all this shit up for OnlyFans people.
Why?
Because she wanted to be trying to be cute. Came on one weekend, made an OnlyFans account, made $2 million, and just pretty much scammed a whole bunch of people, and everybody wanted the money back. And now OnlyFans.
What do you mean scammed?
She was like, pay me $200. I'll give you a picture of myself in a birthday suit. Okay. And what she gave was a picture of herself in like a swimsuit. So it's like people pay for certain content. They didn't get that. They wanted the money back. And so OnlyFans changed their policies where they limited that shit. So all the people that were making money off of this, and they limited in such a way that it has affected a lot of like sex workers and people who depend on OnlyFans for their income.
So she said she was going to be naked. She wasn't naked. Then people wanted their money back because understandably, like that's not what she what she advertised.
That affected OnlyFans because
you wanted to see, because they wanted to see people naked, and then OnlyFans was like, all right, well, to protect people,
protect themselves from all of this hassle, all this like
understandably, because they're a company,
potential like fuck up on their like for them in terms of financials, they're limiting. Because like that was, I guess they get a percentage of it, and technically to get that $2 million back, it's not going to be $2 million. She made $2 million like in general, like, but she was making a lot of.
But to get the money back, they have to get it somewhere, and it's technically through their policy, which is their fault. Really, it's their fault.
I mean, it wasn't a problem, so this bitch pulled up with that shit.
See, but my thing is that OnlyFans. I mean, look, fine. But she said she was going to put a nude up.
Because she was doing. It's like a private. It was private thing where it's like on the side, like pay me $200 and I'll send you a picture of myself naked.
What do you mean?
Because in OnlyFans,
I don't know how OnlyFans work. That's what my bad.
I don't really know completely, but like in OnlyFans, you have your profile and you post stuff up, and people pay or they don't, whatever. Well, you pay a monthly subscription and you make money off of that. But you can also do more additional stuff where you'll, on top of the subscription that you're paying a month, you can pay per content that I could send you. There's like transactions of like, I send you a nude, you give me money. Okay. So she was doing that with all the people that followed her. She would be like, yo, send me money and I'll give you the picture like this. All the picture that she sent wasn't the picture that she proclaimed that she was going to give. And so they were like, yo,
that's so tough though, because it's like people. But you can say it's like an exclusive. You could say it's like,
no, she said it. She exclusively said, "I'm going to send like you a picture of myself in a birthday suit,"
which could have been also like it. It just could have been moved differently. You know what I mean? Like she just said birthday suit, and then it's like a suit, and it's like cake and candles and shit like that.
But we all know what a birthday suit is, right? You can't play dumb on that.
Yeah, so take it. Yeah, no doubt.
So she did that, and OnlyFans took a hit in a sense for people trying to claim their money back.
Right.
And so OnlyFans is like, fuck it, you can't do $200. They capped the limit of making $200 side transactions. Now they can only do, was it 100 or something, or 50? They limited it, and pretty much people
per post kind of thing.
Per transaction, like me sending you a nude. That will cost you $200. Like it will cost whatever I make the price, but like,
damn, some people were paying $200 for nudes.
I think the cap was $200. I think the cap was $200. But like you pay monthly subscription for all the other content that she makes or the person makes. But like the people who depended on that, now they can't sell their pictures and shit for $200. Like they could only sell it for a certain amount. I forget the actual amount. But like then OnlyFans takes a cut from that, and like you're pretty much. I saw this post where like you're pretty much selling a nude for like $31. Instead of you making something more.
But
are you okay with you sending a nude or sending a video of you sucking dick for $31?
And you probably aren't, which I understand. But it's like, oh yeah. So she did,
people who depending on OnlyFans for money.
Yeah,
or sex workers, people who did this shit, and it's not like everyone does like news. There's people who do like
other shit.
Stuff. Yeah, doesn't have to be as intense, but you're fucking up for everybody else because you thought you was gonna be cute coming on OnlyFans. Like, well, you didn't need to.
Right. I was gonna do this little game with y'all, but we'll probably just save it for next week. But before we go to the word of the week, because we're already on like an hour 20.
You want to do the game?
If you were doing an OnlyFans, right? If y'all were doing OnlyFans, I mean, you could do nude and shit if you want, but if you were doing OnlyFans, what would you do an OnlyFans for or about? Like, what would it be? It has to include you in it, though. Like, actually you in this thing or doing this thing or part of this thing. What would you do?
I guess reviewing cereals and eating on camera.
She just looked at her box of cereals on top of her fridge, and then that's the first thing she said.
Would you do it in nude or in like bathing suits or in like?
No, just me.
I mean, isn't that what you were gonna do?
I feel like there's a world where people literally would pay for that. 100%.
I think that was the premise. I believe that was the premise of what we were gonna do when we were talking about making her an OnlyFans. That she was gonna do cereal.
Oh yeah.
They could like log in the morning and I'll be there eating cereal with them, so they don't feel so lonely.
I feel like that would work.
I'm not sure if they do. Do they do live? I'm sure.
I don't know.
But I think it's.
But she could put up a video of herself eating the cereal, and then
you can just be like, tap this video, right? This is I want to eat this kind of cereal this day.
Like good morning, baby, and then you just do all that. All right, what about you, Hector?
I think to keep it fresh, I would probably like do a lot of like fruit work with my penis.
Like foot jobs? Like you getting foot jobs? Fruit work?
Do stuff with food.
Like fuck food?
Maybe.
Oh, okay.
Or fuck around with food. Like just like do pictures of like just keep these interesting stuff with like my penis and food.
Like put your dick in the food.
Okay.
I could like fuck food, or I could like I
whatever
like,
you do, like what if you create
penis, or like do like a penis salad or a fruit penis salad, and then you take a picture.
It's like a salad and then just have your dick on it.
And create artwork with your penis and fruit.
You know Again, it's a thing I feel like people would pay for.
I could dip penis in ketchup and then just like smack it on a canvas and then do
like insert your food in different kinds. Insert your dick in different foods, which I don't think is limiting. But like you could do hot dog, right? Like it would be like
a glizzy. Put that shit on in between my bun into the bun.
Yeah, and then put ketchup and mustard on it, but it would be like a high quality photo of it. I feel like that's not a bad idea.
Videos. I could.
Yeah, I legitimately don't know what I would do. I was thinking like really like crazy ASMR, but I don't know. Like of what?
Wait, owning? Like what the fuck? What?
No, it doesn't have to be sexual. People don't understand that. Like OnlyFans doesn't have to be sexual.
They're not gonna want to. They're not.
That's what
you're not gonna get followers like that.
Oh, so you're telling everybody who has an OnlyFans right now, if they're not doing sexual stuff, they're not gonna get followers?
They're showing some skin. They're showing some skin. It's not that you're just not showing skin. You're showing some.
I know damn well you don't know not an idol either. I know damn well you don't know any OnlyFans well enough that you think all of them show skin and make money.
Skin, bro.
But if you're trying to say that the ones that show skin make the most money, I'll agree with you.
No, because there's people who do the sexual stuff, and there's people who are just in bathing suits. That's showing skin.
But there's like painters on OnlyFans too, right? OnlyFans is not built for only like sex workers. OnlyFans is built for people who want to pay an extra subscription price for exclusive content, which in this case, what's been more popular. Why would patrons
go to OnlyFans? They have Patreon.
Because OnlyFans maybe is their. See, that's a good point. Now that's a good point. That's a great point because this ties back to what you were saying before about like it fucked a lot of people.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think Patreon allows you to do sex stuff. Not your point, but I'm just saying you're not allowed to do sex stuff. But there are other means of getting some money in an exclusive way. You know what I mean? It's just OnlyFans has become the most popular one. So people were like, fuck it, I'm going to do OnlyFans, grab that money real quick because it's the most reliable source. But yeah, but OnlyFans is not just for sex workers, though. It's just been popularized for sex working. You know, like doing nudes, doing half naked body shit, stripping, stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what I'm going to do, though. I don't think it would be involved in my body unless I'm like, I gain all this ball of confidence out of nowhere. Which, by the way, random thought before we go into the word of the week, I just realized both of you have technically the same color on in terms of your hair. Yeah. Is that not kind of the same color?
I mean, mine was technically purple when I did it.
And if you're wondering what color I'm talking about, you just go to youtube.com and then you just search Too Much Internet and then you find out.
Search Too Much Internet.
Yeah, you find it out. Which, by the way, I think I said this last episode. I'm going to say it again before we're word of the week. We switched from the TMI pod on our IG and we switched it to Too Much Internet. So just make sure when you go to which did we do that on Twitter?
No.
We have Twitter? We don't have Twitter.
We do have Twitter. Jesus Christ, Karina.
Wow.
I control the Twitter.
We should, yeah. So you should change it on the Twitter when you get a chance.
Jokes on
but
me.
That being said, make sure you follow both the Twitter and the Instagram, and follow our own personal Instagrams as well.
We never had a place I'd like.
I don't know what I'm doing right now then because I'm saying make sure you go follow both pages. But y'all want to talk about
before this?
Oh, before this, yeah. Before
we've
this,
never mentioned it, which is why I said we don't even have a Twitter.
That's a lie though, because we have it on our SoundCloud and actually in all the podcast services that we have, it says follow us on Instagram or Twitter at blah blah.
On Instagram post?
Oh, that's correct. But okay.
We have it on. We have. Check.
Not even.
You don't even look at you don't even listen to the episodes. You don't know what you're talking about. But yeah, you just make sure you follow us. Too Much Internet, not the Team Night Pod. That being said, Hector.
Word of the week.
Damn, I was waiting until one of y'all said it.
The word of the week.
Hector, tell us what's the word of the week.
The word of the week.
You could just cut it in. Fuck.
I was just getting ready for it. Relax. Jeez, you're so angry all the time.
Hector. I'm sorry. What's the word of the week, Hector?
I have to pull it up.
Wow.
So I pulled it up. Okay, guys, ready?
Mm-hmm.
No.
Word of the week this week is...
I know it's not that good.
Can you take a guess?
No, because I know it's not going to be that good.
Oh, it's not. It's mango.
Oh my god! Are you fucking kidding me?
That's why we had a whole conversation about mango,
bro. you mean you holding up the conversation about mango? Because drowning. Bruh. Right before we started this episode, Hector was like, "There's something I want to talk about, but like it's connected to the word of the week." And I'm like, "So why don't you just talk about it?" And you're like, "No, I'll just wait." And I'm like, "Sure?" And you're like, "Nah, maybe I'll mention it." I'm like, "Okay." And then this makes more sense now. I bet you were just so happy when I was like, I'm gonna shut the fuck up. And then you were like, good, I'm gonna talk about mangoes.
It worked out, I guess.
It did work out. Yes, the word of the week is mangoes.
Right before I continue, I'm gonna give a little quick shout out to Lorena because she used last week's word of the week. She
what was
last week's word of the week was kids. And she said, fuck them kids. So
Which is totally
choice.
fair. Yeah, very totally
Solid
fair.
choice. Thank you.
It was
Thank
so
you,
funny
Lorena.
because
That was great.
when you posted the word of the week on our IG, which is too much internet. Karina deadass sent a text in the group chat and goes, "Who the fuck approved this word of the week?" Like she wasn't in the episode. Which shout out to Jan for being part of Share Kids, who was in that episode. But yeah, that was so funny. Yeah,
You
mangoes.
forget that we had kids as one of the week, Karina? When you said
you
that?
know,
I think you downplayed it. I think that's what it
There's a
was.
lot of stuff going on in this podcast that I have no clue about.
There's just
at
too
the
much.
end of
There's
the
too much going
episode.
on. It's too much going on.
It's at
You
the
Just
end of the
listen to the
episode.
podcast, which
How
I don't
do you
really either.
forget?
I'll listen to the podcast every once in a while, and I'll be like, all right, I just like a quality check. Like when there's like a line of like Malomars, and you just see the one Malomar, and you're like, I'm gonna try this Malomar, and then the rest of the Malomars are good. That one, Malomar. Anyways, mangoes.
Stupid fucks.
What does mango mean?
So the definition of mango is
They go somewhere. A man goes
Huh?
somewhere.
you said
Mango
What's
where?
that mango?
mango. Haha, funny. No, mango. A messy situation to get yourself into, but always worth it.
Oh, okay. All right. Fuck with that. A mango. Okay.
Mango.
I like that. So it's a noun, right?
It's a noun.
Okay. A messy situation, but then it's worth it.
Huh.
I'm trying to think of a good one of. I mean, I'm not thinking of a sentence anymore for that. I'm just thinking about the definition of when I've been in a mango. Is a mango in like an entanglement almost?
It could be if you want it.
Yeah.
It could be if it works
I
out.
wanted to make it like a double entendre in a sense. So here you are. Messy
Damn,
situation to get
mango.
yourself into, but always worth it.
Do y'all really like mangoes that much?
Fuck with mangoes. That's why I was so excited about eating the mango the way it is,
Mhm.
because it's less messy. That's why I don't eat mangoes that much, because it's always a messy situation. I don't want to get my fingers all sticky and.
I mean, there's a friend of mine that I was telling her like, oh yeah, I'm gonna be eat a mango, and they were like, cool, how are you gonna eat the mango? Weird question for me. I was like, I don't know, I'm gonna fucking cut it and eat it. And they're like, what the fuck? You're supposed to use your teeth to like peel it and then chew on it.
That's the like the
That's
which
a
is like
way to eat a
cool.
mango. You have to, like,
Which
use
is the
your-
Mexican way, which is cool, fine. But I mean, like,
that.
let me eat my mango how I want to eat my mango. That being said, though, has Karina ever been in a mango? Technically, because she likes her mangoes pre-cut.
You never been in a messy situation, huh?
She's
I can't
lying.
name one honestly.
lying.
She's
I can't
lying.
name one honestly.
She's lying.
I don't believe in messy situations.
You don't believe in messy?
She lives for a mess. This bitch is a mango connoisseur. She loves mangoes, bruh. Loves it.
You love creating them too. Fuck out of here.
She doesn't create them. She doesn't have the power to create
She
mangoes.
loves making
She's
them play out.
No, she likes
Or
watching them
out?
play out. Yeah, there you go.
She
Making
likes
them-
mangoes with you, bro.
I think that
She
I think
lives
yeah,
for
she loves
mangoes with
she loves
you.
watching me being a mango, but she doesn't make them happen.
That's true.
She just which I
just
respect that.
watch them
I'd-
happen.
Yeah, I'd rather have her watch them happen than her making the mango happen. But that being said, this bitch loves mangoes, yo. Loves mangoes. I don't know. So what? Mango's just like a messy situation. So
Yes.
I've definitely been in a couple mangoes in my life before. There you go.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I think it's for Karina. What about you?
None.
I mean, make
I'm
up
not
a
even- I'm
sentence
not
with
fucking
the word
around.
mango. I'm talking about you. Okay. Let's stop playing here. You've been in messy situations.
Like what?
I don't want to say it because we're gonna have to cut it out.
We'll talk about it later.
You will
But
cut it
like,
out.
I
How about
honestly
this?
don't remember.
How about this? It was someone's birthday, and then you went to the lobby. That's all I'm gonna stop right there.
But it wasn't worth it.
Oh! Oh shit! You heard that? You heard that? Then that's fair. That's fair. Actually, she said, and it wasn't worth it.
It
Okay,
has to be worth it. I'm like, no,
then I've been in a good amount of mangoes. Then yes, there's been a lot
exactly. Shut up.
of situations where it's been worth it. Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, you're right. Dang, you haven't been in any of them that it was worth it?
No.
Has there been anything that you felt like was worth it?
I don't know. I don't know if I've ever
You have.
been in a messy.
I'm sure you
That's
have.
been worth it.
You literally
That's
have.
been worth it.
You literally have recently. You have. That's
We'll
all
talk
I'm
about
gonna
later.
say. Yeah, we'll talk about it later. We'll talk about it later. That's if when you guys subscribe to our OnlyFans and want the extra content and find out the messiness. Want to hear all the mangoes? You want to see all the mangoes? You want to eat all the mangoes? You're gonna have to subscribe to our OnlyFans, and then you'll get the mangoes. Then you'll get the mangoes. Okay? When we do, okay? When we do,
okay,
we'll have all the mangoes.
Yo, we can make that too much internet OnlyFans.
I would rather do Patreon, but
I mean,
because it's like what you said before. It's like, I mean, that's fine too, but I mean, I don't want.
I'll put my penis out. I want to make the content. I've inspired myself in this episode.
I legitimately think you would make money if you did the whole penis and food thing.
Do it.
That's interesting.
I might do a little storyboard, maybe. See what I can cook up. See if it
I'll help you with the artwork.
The salad one is just the one I don't think is
a fruit salad with my penis inside it. It'd be perfect. Mangoes included.
It would be perfect. I didn't think of a fruit salad. I was thinking of like a normal chop or like tossed salad.
No vegetables.
Then you would be the banana. I feel like most of these cases you would be the banana.
Oh, banana sundae.
Banana. See, but this is all banana.
Ice cream. Oh my God. So many ideas.
But this is all banana. Give me something that's not banana or hot dog or sausage.
Hamburger.
My penis doesn't have to be a fruit.
Food?
That's what I'm saying.
Penis. I can add the mango.
Okay, so what would you add? Okay, give me a situation that's not a banana split, right? Ow. A fruit salad, banana, right? A hot dog, basic, that you would add your penis into, and then it would be like crazy.
And elote.
And elote.
All right, you got me there. And elote. You would cover it in cum, put tahini on it and lime.
Yes.
I don't think I don't think he heard the cum part. I think he thought mayo.
What? I was focused on just the idea of an elote.
Look, a penis. I was saying that
I haven't had an elote in a long minute, so I'm
same, bro. Elote is fuck. But I was saying instead of mayo, you would use cum. So it would be your own cum on the elote.
That means
would you also be hard or flaccid during this?
Hard, bro.
Every time?
Hard every time.
He's a shower, not a grower. No, you're a grower, not a shower.
I'm a grower, not a shower.
So you would do it flaccid?
I'm a grower, not a shower.
Oh, you're a grower, so you would do it hard.
Exactly.
Okay, yeah, elote, that's fair. But you would do cum covered on your dick, tahini, lime juice, and cheese? Oaxaca cheese?
No.
What would you? That's not an elote, and then you put it on, and then you put it on a grill. My bad. Well, you put it on the grill first. You put the dick on a grill, covered it in cum, cheese, tahini, lime, cheese, and more cum. Then mangoes juice.
When's the last time you had an elote?
Cum, cheese, tahini, lime.
Yo, thanks God for being up to my podcast.
Yes, thank you so much. Make sure you follow us on all social media platforms. Too much internet, not the TMI pod anymore. Too much internet, not DOT, the period. Too much period internet, not period as in PERIOD. Too much, and then it's the actual like symbol period, not SYMBOLPER. Sorry. Yeah, too much internet on all social media platforms. Make sure you go on YouTube and subscribe to us, please, because we're still trying to hit 100 so that we could get the too much internet URL for YouTube and we could get somewhere else with that. And it'll look nice and fancy, and then we can use that for marketing. Shout out to Ray. Yeah, guys, thank you so much for listening to this episode of the Too Much Internet Podcast. We'll see you guys next week. Goodbye.
Bye.